Today we'll discuss the examination pattern and the syllabus and the type of questions which are available in TSICET, because TSICET notification has been released on 21st February 2019. So the people are the aspirants whoever planning to give TSICET in 2019. So need to listen this video carefully. Who want to get the rank as less than 100, just listen the video and understand what are the type of questions which we are getting in TSICET and what is the overall examination pattern and what are the examination dates we'll discuss in this video. So on 21st February 2019, TSICET officially released the notification. So the examination date will be May 23rd and 24th of 2019, Thursday and Friday. As usually, as they conducted in last year 2018, the same online test they are going to conduct in this 23rd and 24th, and morning and afternoon sessions totally 4 slots they are conducting TSICET 2019. And the last date for applying TSICET 2019 is 29th April 2019. And examination fees is 650. If the students are reserved category, then 450 will be the examination fees. And these are the important examination dates which you have to focus, because to apply for the exam. So exam notification released on 21st. And your applications, online applications will start from March 7th, 2019. So we'll definitely again on March 7th, 2019, we'll make one more video to give the guidance how to apply TSICET application while you are uploading the photo and what are the details you have to enter into that. That also will guide you. And the last date for application will be 29th April 2019 without any late fees. So if you want to go with the late fees, these are the things which are with the late fees. And your examination hall ticket will be generated on 9th May 2019, and you can download the hall ticket till 24th May, and 23rd and 24th will be the examination which they are conducting on Thursday and Friday. So once examination is over, so examination key will be given to your response sheet, that is going to be done on June 1st 2019. And final key will be announced on 13th June, and examination result will be most probably second week of June. Then they will be going for the counseling process. So let me give you a clear idea about the ICET examination pattern. And these are the universities which are under TSICET. So Ambedkar University, JNTU, Usmania, Kakatiya University, Telangana University, Palanur University. So all these are there under ICET examination. So if you look at the TSICET examination pattern, and there is no difference even if you are appearing for APICET, examination pattern is same. And the TSICET examination pattern, if you observe, there are 200 questions which you need to crack within the period of 2.5 hours. That means 150 minutes is a time which you are going to find to crack 200 questions. And these 200 questions are basically or broadly split into 3 modules. The first module is Analytical Ability, which is having 75 questions. And the second module is Mathematical Ability, which is having 75 questions. And the third module is Communication Ability, which is having 50 questions. Again, the broad split of the questions in Analytical Ability is, out of 75 questions, 20 questions are going to be covered from data science, and the remaining 55 questions are covered from problem solving. This problem solving is included with all the reasoning topics. Problem solving is included with all the reasoning topics like odd man out, analogy, coding and decoding and all. I'll go one by one discussion of the model of the questions. And if you look at Mathematical Ability, again 75 questions are covered from Mathematical Ability. Out of these 75 questions, 35 questions are from Arithmetic Ability, and 30 questions are from Algebra and Geometrical Ability, and 10 questions are going to come from Statistical Ability. And if you look at the 50 questions which we are going to get from Communication Ability, 10 questions are covered from Vocabulary, 10 questions are going to be covered from business and computer terminology, and 15 questions are from functional grammar, and 15 questions which compress the 3 reading comprehension. So reading comprehension questions are another 15. So they will be covering all the 50 questions from the communication ability. And very important thing which student need to understand is, so out of 200 questions, each and every question is going to carry 1 mark, and there is no negative marking in the examination. You have to take it as a flexibility. And at the same time, if you observe, if you are capable of getting more than 150 marks, then your rank will be standing as a single digit rank for sure. And if you are capable of standing with a score of 130 to 150, your score, if it is ranging from 130 to 150, then your rank will be less than 100. And getting 130 to 150 is a very simple thing. If you prepare for specific topics with effective shortcuts, I am sure that you can definitely able to get less than 100 rank. And the advantage with the less than 100 rank is you can get the seat in the campus itself. And if you are doing your MBA or MCA from OU campus, Usmania campus or JN2 campus, so you will be having a free facility, and at the same time you will be having a higher chances to get the higher package for your MBA or MCA graduation. So that is importance. That is the reason you have to focus more, not just appearing for TSICET, appear for the exam to aim less than 100 rank, then your attempt will be very good. And to get that idea, or how can we get less than 130, that depends upon how you understand the question and how you are able to tackle the questions. So let me focus on individual modules, like how analytical ability 75 questions are covered, and what are the type of questions we are getting, and what are the shortcuts we should use. So let me move on to the first module, which is there as analytical ability. As I discussed with you in the previous, analytical ability is going to cover 75 questions. Out of 75 questions, the 20 questions are given from data sufficiency module. And the name itself is indicating that it is data sufficiency. You have to check out whether the given data is sufficient or not to solve the given question or to justify the given statement or not. This is what the task of the student. And in this type of question, you are going to have a question or a statement, and you are going to have 2 statements below that. To find out that question, whether the given 2 statements are sufficient or not is the thing which you need to find out. So if you look at the question here, the pattern of the question is, so you will be having a question and you will be having the statement number 1 and statement number 2. You have to look at this question and try to understand whether you are able to answer this question by using statement number 1 or statement number 2, or both statement number 1 and 2, or if not with the statement number 1, 2, you can go for the option choices like this. You always have the standard pattern. You will have a question and you will have a statement number 1, you will have a statement number 2, and along with the option choices as A, B, C, D. These option choices are fixed all the time. The first option is indicate that statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer. The second option is statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer. And the third option is both the statements together, 1 and 2 together, are sufficient to answer. And if you are not able to get the answer by using 1 and 2, then go for option D. These are your option choices. Always your option choices are A, B, C, D. And what are the type of questions which they are going to cover in this is, they are not going to give only the normal questions. They are, even though this is a analytical ability reasoning module, you are going to get the questions from arithmetic, geometry and statistics. You will get progression questions, you will get averages questions, you will get number properties questions. All will be included in this 20 questions. That means before you are cracking data sufficiency questions, student must aware of the mathematical ability topics. That means you need to aware of numbers, percentages, and the calculation of averages. You don't need to remember the formula, but to find out that what is required is at least minimum knowledge you need to have to crack the questions which are under data sufficiency. If you look at the first question here, what is the average of the numbers A1 to A10? This is a question number 1. So the first instruction for you before you are cracking this type of questions, please look at the statements individually. Then there will be no confusion. After looking at the questions individually, you can go for elimination. See, statement number 1 is telling that I need to find out the average of A1 to A10. That means I very clear that to get the average of A1 to A10, I need to have A1 to A10 summation divided by the total number of terms will gives my average. So now to get this, I need to have A1 to A10 terms, or otherwise I need to have the overall summation of that. So let me look at the statement number 1 here. The statement number 1 is very clear. A1 plus A2 plus A3 till A9, I have A10 as a value. So while you are looking at statement number 1, forget about statement number 2. Don't look at statement number 2. Most of the students will do this mistake. They will read the entire question and they'll try to chalk out what is the correct answer choice. If you go like that, I'm sure you are not going to get a good score in data sufficiency. You have to look at the statements individually. You have to look at the statements individually and then mark the answer choice. So if you look at the statement number 1, it is giving A1 to A9, the value is 810. That means A1 to 9, I have till only A9. So the summation, if I know till A9, I don't know A10 value. So using the statement number 1, till here it is A10. So if you know this as A10, without knowing A10 value, I cannot find out the average of A1 to A10. That means statement number 1 is not sufficient for finding the answer. Once I realize that statement number 1 is not sufficient, I am directly eliminating option A. Now look at statement number 2. And while you are looking at statement number 2, forget about statement number 1. And what is statement number 2? A2, A3, A4 and so on till A10. We have a summation as 900. That means we have A2 to A10 summation. That summation is given as 900. So here I was very clear that I don't know the value of A1 to get the average of the given question. So if I know the value of A1, then it would be easy for me to go. So A1 value is not there. And by using, when you are statement number 2, forget about statement number 1. Don't think about A1 which is available in statement number 1. Whether you are capable of marking the answer by only statement number 2 or not is the thing you need to understand here. Yes, I am definitely not able to get the answer from statement number 2 by after reading the question. That means I can simply eliminate option B here. Now you try to look at both the statements together. If you are able to answer, mark it as C. If together also you are not able to answer, mark it as D. So now if you look at both the statements together, so this is A1 to A9 and A2 to A10, and I'm able to see some common terms. A2 to A9 I'm able to see common in these two. So even if I merge these two values, so A1 plus A2 onwards I have in the second statement, I am merging these two, A2 to A9 plus A10. So this is the overall summation. So using statement number 1, we know that A2 to A9 are common terms. And what is A2 to A9 value is A2 to A9, I can say 900 minus A10. So if I replace this with 900 minus A10, this is plus A10 will be equal to how much? See, still I'm unable to answer this. Why? Because this is cancelled, and A1 still I don't know the A1 because I have two variables here. One is A1 and the other one is A10. Even A10 gets cancelled, I cannot able to get the answer because I don't know A1. So I am simply eliminating option C. Go for option D, that is statement number 1 and statement number 2 together also not sufficient in answering this question. So let me look at and see, understand this importance of data sufficiency. You are getting 20 questions and a student rank will be decided by data sufficiency questions. Forget this. You have to work out very good with the best strategies, get the best strategies to solve those questions and use that strategy. Go with eliminating the option choices. You can definitely able to make your answer choice properly correct. Let me look at the second model. The second model is you will be getting the questions from problem solving. As I told you in the previous, 75 is splitted as 20 and 55. Out of this 55, the first module is going to be sequence and series. And in this sequence and series, we are going to get 10 questions. Out of this 10 questions, all the questions are based on series count. So in this type of question, we'll get either letters or digits in the sequence. We need to understand what is the pattern which is following, and then try to get what is the next term, or try to get what is the missing term which is available in the given sequence. So to get next term or missing term of the given data, so if this information, so the given question is 2E and 3J, 5O, 7T and question mark. So I need to find out what is the next term which is available here to get the next term. So let me look at my letters individually and my digits individually. If I start with a digit, this is 2 and this is 3, this is 5 and this is 7. And have you seen these numbers anywhere? Yes, these numbers are nothing but prime numbers, and which are started with 2, and next will be 3, and next will be 7, next will be 5, and the next will be 7. And what is the next prime number? Next prime number is not 9. 9 is 3 multiplier. The next prime number is going to be 11. That means my answer choice should start with 11 here. And let me observe what is the alphabets which we are having here. The first alphabet is E and the second is J, O, T. So if you observe, the position of the alphabet E is 5 and the position of alphabet J is 10. Position of alphabet O is 15. Position of alphabet T is 20. Position of the alphabet T is 20. So I just realized that this is 5, this is 10, this is 15 and this is 20. So what would be the next term? Next term will be definitely 25, because I'm able to see that the difference of the elements is 5, or I can say that they just taken the position of the alphabets which are 5 multipliers. And what is 25th alphabet? That is going to be Y. So it should start with Y. I already eliminated these two because it is not starting with 11. So I can eliminate option B now. I can fix my answer choice as option C, that is 11Y. We look at, and these are 10 questions which we are going to get. So there are 10 questions which are there, and it is very easy. If the student is aware of perfect squares and perfect cubes and prime numbers and alphabet positions from A to Z, they can feel very comfortable in tackling the questions which are based on sequence and series, which are based on odd man out, and which are based on coding and decoding, and which are based on analogy. So understand the importance. And the next type of question is going to be analogy, and this is also having 10 questions as a weightage. So if you look at what is the analogy question, how they are going to project analogy questions is, in this type of question we'll get 2 pairs, and the first pair will be treated as a standard pair, and the second pair is going to be the unknown pair. You need to understand what is the relationship between the elements which are available in the standard pair, and the same relation we have to execute for finding the unknown of the other pair. So the first pair which is given as D and W, we have a letters here. As I told you in the previous, even the analogy questions can be expected in letters, can be expected with the numbers, can be expected with the words. Anything is possible. So here we have a letters here, D, W. So and next I have K, and what should be the next term is a question. So I can understand the position of D is 4 and the position of W is going to be 23. So I can easily say that D is the 4th position from the starting and W is going to be the 4th position from the last, because we have 26 alphabets. So Z is 26th, Y is going to be 25th, and X is 24, and W is 23. That means W is the 4th alphabet from the last. And if you add these two, you are getting a result of summation as 27. So if you look at K, what is the position of K? K standing at 11. So what is the position of the alphabet which is at the last? So I need to, if you add these two, you are getting 27. If you add the other number which gives you 27 for sure. What is the number which will give you 27? That must be 16. What is the 16th alphabet? That must be P. So mark the answer choice as option C. So you can expect the numbers also here. So the numbers, sometimes they given the numbers like this: 5, 5, 26, then 6 is going to be question mark. So how can we understand the relation? So 5, 26. So I can say that 5 square is 25. He taken 26 here. That means logic may be 5 square plus 1. So n and n square plus 1 is a pattern. 6 question mark. So 6 and the next term is going to be definitely 6 square plus 1. What is 6 square plus 1? That is 37. That would be the answer choice for the question. So like that there will be in the first pair, you have to understand the relation, apply the same relation to get the other one. And coming to the next pattern question, which is odd man out. And the weightage of this topic is you are going to get 5 questions from odd man out, and it's a very simple topic. As the same perfect squares, having a knowledge about perfect squares, having a knowledge about perfect cubes, having a knowledge about all A to Z alphabets would be enough in solving the questions of odd man out. So in this type of question, we'll get 4 elements and we should identify which element is different from the other option choices. So if you look at, pick the odd man out of the given option choices. The first option is rose, lily, orange and jasmine. So I can easily identify the odd man out is going to be orange. Why orange is odd man out? Because rose and lily and jasmine are the flowers category and orange is going to be a fruit category. I can definitely say that the option choice is going to be option C. And similarly, you pick the numbers also. They're given 17, 27, 53, 53 and 97. What is the odd man here? So if you look at 17 is a number and 27 is a number, 53 is a number, 97 is a number. So all these are given in number patterns. What is odd man out here? So I can definitely say that 17 is a prime number, 53 is a prime number, 97 is a prime number. But what is not prime number? B is not prime number. And B is having another speciality here. B is the only perfect cube which is available in the option choices. You can definitely say that the answer choice is going to be option B. And look at the next pattern of the questions which we are going to get, that is data analysis. You are going to have 10 questions from data analysis. So these 10 questions are broadly classified into two questions. The first caselet is having 5 questions and the second caselet is having 5 questions. So you have 2 caselets, and this data analysis is nothing but the name itself is indicating that you have to analyze the given data. Why we have to analyze the given data is the data is not directly projected to you. Data is projected in the form of a table or a line graph or bar graph or pie graph. We have to extract the information from that, and we basically call it as a data interpretation module, where you will have a line graph. Line graph is nothing but something which is going to look like this. So, or you might be having a pie graph where the distribution of the data will be given in a circle. Either it may be in terms of percentages or it may be in terms of degrees. They will project any one of this. This question, last year also they given the question which is based on the degrees, and you might be getting a question which is based on the sets relation. So these are the questions which we can expect from the data interpretation. So the 2 caselets, very easy caselets. You can comfortably solve the 2 caselets which is having 5 questions per each section. And coming to the next module. The next module is coding and decoding. The weightage of this topic is going to be 10 questions again. And in this type of question, we are going to have again 2 caselets. These 10 questions are categorized into 2 caselets, 5 questions per each. And this 5 questions are going to be treated as a linked questions. You will have a data. You have to understand what is the coding which is available in the data. They will clearly given the instructions to code the elements which are available in the alphabets, and you have to code, or you have to code and answer the question which are available in the 5. And the next 5 questions are going to be the individual questions which we are going to get. So we'll just try to observe how the questions are given under the linked. And individual questions are very simple. You will be getting the shifting of alphabets in forward direction, or you will be getting shifting of alphabets in backward direction, or you will be getting the coding of alphabets with their respective positions, the coding of alphabet with the reverse position of the alphabet. Those are the 5 individual questions we can get. And linked questions, especially ICET examination is giving this type of model more. So that is 5 linked questions. I just want to discuss how that linked questions will be. So if you look at the first question, just for an example, I have taken this question which is given in the 2017 TSICET. So if you observe, the question here, they given some instruction. In a code, nth letter in the alphabet, in the English alphabet is coded as rth letter of it. If R indicates the remainder of 3n plus 2 when we divided by 26. This was the given data. So I understood that nth letter is coded as rth letter and R is nothing but the remainder when 3n plus 2 is divided by 26. Okay, it is very clear. So let me look at what is a given here. That means let me give you a clear idea how this is going to be done. So for example, so we have an alphabet as A. We have an alphabet as A. What is the actual position of A? A is going to be 1. So nth letter, the n value is going to be 1 here. This is coded as some rth letter. Nth letter is coded as rth letter. And what is the logic of rth letter? Rth letter is nothing but where R indicates the remainder of 3n plus 2. What is the n value here? N value is 1. So what is 3n plus 2? 3 into 1 plus 2. That is giving a result as 5. So when you divide 5 with 26, what is the remainder we are going to get? 5 itself. What is 5 by 26? 5 by 26 is 5. What is 26 by 26? That time I am going to get remainder as 0. What is 27 by 26? That is going to be remainder of 1. If I get my numerator as less than 26, directly the numerator itself is going to remainder. So here the remainder is going to be 5. So the alphabet A is going to be coded as 5th alphabet. What is the 5th alphabet which we are going to have? That is E. So like that we have to code. See, for example, here I need to find out what is the code for Telangana. It is not required that you need to find out the entire code. Just try to code for T. And please follow this very clearly. ICET examination is going to have the questions which are on the lower level. So, and at the same time, student must aware how to use the option choices properly. If you look at, I need to find out the T code. I'm observing the option choices. So after observing the option choices, I realized that all the options are starting with J only. That means T must be coded as J. So Y will observe. What is the T position? T position is 20. That means N value is 20. It is coded as rth letter. What is rth letter? 3 into 20 plus 2. That is nothing but 62. So if I divide 62 by 26, what is the remainder? I am trying to check out. So 26 into 2 will give you 52 and we left with a remainder of 10. What is the 10th alphabet? That is J. So all the options are started with J. So doing like this is not going to be necessary because by looking at the options itself, you might realize that is J. So using options is very important, students. Please realize that. So I have an option. Don't waste your time. That is what my main agenda of telling. So I just trying to observe how is A is coded. I know that A is coded as E. Let me observe what is the 4th alphabet here, 4th alphabet here, 4th alphabet here, 4th alphabet here. So 4th alphabet in the question is A. Answer choice must be E. So I can eliminate option A here. And 5th, 6th, 7th. 7th alphabet is again A. What is 7th alphabet? Let me observe here. So 7th alphabet is again going to be E. And here also it is E. Here also it is E. So I don't have any doubt here. And what is the last alphabet? That is also A. That means last alphabet should start with E. So I can eliminate option C from the given scenario. Why? Because that is started with R. So what is a better thing is there to check the answer? So if you know the 5th alphabet is different in these two. That would be enough. So what is the 5th alphabet which we are having here? That is N. What is the position of N? N is 14. So if you have 14 as a position, what is 3n plus 2 here? 3 into 14, that is 42. 42 plus 2 will be 44. If I divide 44 by 26, what is the remainder we are going to get? So 26 1s are 26, 26 2s are 52. So 26 1s are, I am going. So what is the leftover remainder? Leftover remainder is going to be, so 26, so 30, it requires 4, and 40, it requires 10, again 4. So I am getting a remainder of 18 here. So remainder is 18 means the position of the alphabet need to be R, because I know that R is position. That means I can fix my answer choice as option D. I hope you understand how we need to proceed for this. This is an important model. Again, it is going to be an expected question for sure in TSICET 2019. See, so the last type of question, this is time and date arrangement and arrival of train problems. So you are going to get 10 questions from this. So this is time and date date and time arrangement problems. You will be getting questions on very easy questions on blood relation, very easy questions on seating arrangement, very easy questions on clocks, and the questions which are based on dates, that means calendar questions, and at the same time the scheduling and arrival times of trains. So having a basic knowledge about this will make you to solve all the 10 questions. So overall, again, I am discussing the entire analytical ability section because I am moving on to mathematical ability. So out of this analytical ability of 75 questions, first 20 questions are sufficiency. Remaining 50 questions are going to be problem solving. Out of this 55 questions, 10 questions are from sequence and series. 10 questions are going to be from analogy. 5 questions are going to be from odd man out. And at the same time 10 questions from coding and decoding, and 10 questions from data analysis. Another 10 questions are going to be from date and the time arrangement problems. This is how your 55 questions are distributed. Next, coming to the next section, which is mathematical ability. So as I told you in the previous, mathematical ability is having 75 questions as a weightage. So out of this 75 questions, 35 questions, the higher weightage of the topic is arithmetic. Arithmetic is nothing but all about numbers and their operations. That means number system questions and the operations which are related to division and multiplication. Under division questions, you can come across with the chapter of percentages and profit loss. And if you are dividing with 100 especially, if you're not dividing with 100, if you're division with a random numbers like A is to B or A by B, then those are called ratios questions and partnership questions. And under multiplication chapter, like I can say that distance is equal to speed into time, that is a questions on trains, or work is equal to men into days, that is a questions on time and work. And we also get the questions which are related to volumes and dimensions of the figure, that is basic mensuration questions we can get under arithmetic ability. And a very simple question which I have collected here. So if you observe, if the radius of a circle is increased by 20%, what is the percentage change in the area of the circle? So it is very clear that area of the circle will be given as pi r square. That means pi into r into r. So the area of the circle is directly proportional to radius square. There is no influence because of pi, because pi is constant. So here it is very clear that the radius of a circle is increased by 20%. If the radius of a circle is increased by 20%, R value is increased 2 times with 20% increment. 20% increase and 20% increase is happening for 2 times. What is the overall percentage increase is the question. As per successive percentage formula, wherever you have A percentage increase and B percentage increase successively, the overall increase will be given as A plus B plus AB by 100%. If it is increased by 20% for 2 times, the overall increase will be given as 20 plus 20 plus 20 into 20 divided by 100. That is giving a result as 44%. And there is no effect of pi, you can keep it aside. So the percentage change in area of the figure will be equal to 44%. You can mark your answer choice as option C. Coming to the next module, you are going to find in mathematical ability, that is algebra and geometry questions. You are going to have 30 questions from this module. And what are these 30 questions is, these 34 questions covers the basic functions and sets and coordinate geometry and trigonometry from algebra. And trigonometry is nothing but heights and distances. And you will be having good number of questions on geometry, that is lines and angles and triangles and circles. So cracking this 30 questions is easy. So I'm just taken a very simple sample question here. So L1 and L2 are the parallel lines. What is the value of X is the question. So I know that if the two lines are parallel, we call as the two lines are having a same slope. So if you observe, if two lines are parallel, this line is intersecting by making an angle of X here. If it is making an angle of X here, it is going to make same angle X in the down. And if you observe, this is a straight line where you have the values as x and 2x, and I know that angle at the point will be 180 degrees for sure. That means x plus 2x, that is 3x degrees is equal to 180 degrees. From this data, I can say that x value is going to be 60 degrees. So he is asking what is the value of x. I can simply mark my answer choice as option C, which is equal to 60 degrees. And coming to the statistical ability module. So statistical ability under mathematical ability will be having 10 questions, where you are going to get the questions on probability, and you are going to get the questions on mean, mode, median, range, and standard deviation. So it covers mean, mode, median, range covers 5 questions, probability covers 5 questions. All together statistical ability is going to cover 10 questions in it. So these 10 questions are going to be very easy. You need to know what is the formula for mean or mode or median and standard deviation. Then you can comfortably solve the questions under statistical ability. And coming to the last module, that is nothing but communication ability. And this communication ability is having 50 questions as I discussed in the previous. So in this 50 questions, 40 questions are going to be verbal ability and 10 questions are going to be from computer and business terminology. So out of this 40 questions, they are going to give this 40 questions, 5 as an vocabulary based questions. You will be having antonyms and synonyms here. And 15 under reading comprehension, you will be having 3 reading passages. And 20 questions are going to be based on the functional grammar. So functional grammar is nothing but you will be having preposition based questions, and you will be having the questions which are based on the fill in the blanks and all. So I hope you understand what is the pattern of the exam. So you are going to have 200 questions. Out of these 200 questions, these 200 questions are broadly classified as 150 and 50. 150 are nothing but which covers mathematical ability as 75 questions, analytical ability which is 75 questions, and this are broadly classified as 40 questions from verbal, 10 questions from business terminology. So this is what our overall weightage or overall picture of your ICET examination. If you prepare, so in my point of view, so this, if it is analytical ability, any student who has averagely getting 60% or averagely 60% candidate can definitely aim 70 questions in analytical ability. This is very easy because we have a repeated questions in the exam also. And spend some time and try to able to crack at least 40 questions out of 50 in this. And even because mathematical ability is going to take little time from your end, if you are able to crack at least 50 out of 25, 75, then you will be standing at 160. 160 means the student who will get first rank in TSICET or APICET. I can definitely sure that if you are getting 160, no matter whether you are writing TSICET or APICET, you can definitely get first rank. So no sir, I want to get less than 100. How can I aim? So you aim for at least 65 here and aim for at least 35 here. I'm decreasing the score. At least aim for 40. So if in that case, you will be standing at 140. If you stand at 140, I'm sure your rank is going to be less than 100. You will get a 2-digit rank for sure. So that is the thing. That is the analysis. So if you need any other guidance properly for your examination, so I am Harikrishna. I am from MY3 Educational Academy. So we have a head office. We have 3 branches in Hyderabad. So head office is in Himayat Nagar. So at Parasambar, and it is beside Telangana Tourism. And the branch office is at KPHB, one more branch office. It is at South India Shopping Mall, just beside South India Shopping Mall. And we have one more branch at Dilchuk Nagar. So this is just beside ACE Academy. So these are our contact details. If you are interested, if you want to enroll for ICET admissions are going on, you can enroll with us. Thank you so much guys. We'll meet up once we release March 7th ICET application. I'll again make one video for giving a guidelines to fill your application form. Thank you so much for